the call. I try to push the phone call to its inevitable conclusion as I prompt her, "Well?" "Lexi, I'm pregnant. I can't go to the hospital. I just can't." I've been a GP for several years. I thought my poker face was pretty good, but I'm not prepared for this. I gasp and feel Sam's gentle arms snake around my waist. He rests his chin on my shoulder, then presses a soft kiss against my cheek. My first instinct is to assume Annie is lying. It wouldn't be the first time, although she generally lies only for some financial or pharmaceutical payoff. The last vestiges of sleep clear from my brain, and I quickly consider the situation. There is something different about this scenario. Annie isn't asking me for money. She is asking for help. If you're pregnant, then those symptoms are even more troubling. You need to get to a hospital. Annie speaks again, her voice stronger and clearer. She is determined to make me understand, and there's no way I can ignore her plea. If I go to the hospital, I'll fail the drug test. I just can't. I slide my legs over the edge of the bed, straighten my posture, and take a deep breath. I'm immediately resigned to what this call is going to mean. Annie is back. This peaceful period of my life is over. Tell me where you are. Sam tries to convince me that there are smarter ways to approach this situation than jumping in the car myself. "Just think about it for a second," he says quietly. "This is the same sister who nearly got you fired 2 years ago, right?" I bristle at his pointed tone, and I'm scowling as I reply, "She needs me, Sam." "She needs medical help. And even if we go there right now, the best we can probably do for her is to call an ambulance anyway. So why don't we just do that in the first place? Because her situation is complicated, and they won't understand. If I go to her, I can talk sense into her. I know I can." There's a hint of impatience in his eyes as he scans my face in the semi-darkness. But then he sighs and throws back the covers on the bed. "What are you doing?" I frown at him, and he walks briskly toward the wardrobe as he mutters, "I'm not letting you go to some trailer park by yourself at 3 o'clock in the morning." "But you have surgery all day tomorrow, Sam. This isn't your problem." "Lexi, your problems are my problems now. I'll be fine, and if I'm not, I'll postpone the surgeries. If you're going, I'm going. So either call an ambulance and get back into bed, or let's go." So I let him come with me. But even as he drives across the city, I feel anxiety grinding in my gut. Sam knows only the basics about Annie's issues. He's been supportive and understanding. But at the end of the day, he's from one of those old money Northeastern families. The biggest scandal in his entire lineage is his parents' somewhat amicable divorce. And now, 4 months after our engagement, here he is looking for an obscure trailer park in the middle of the night to give medical care to my pregnant, drug-addicted sister. He hasn't ever met Mom, and I'm not sure he ever will. I haven't seen her myself for almost 2 decades, not since the day of my 16th birthday, when I walked out of the strict religious sect she moved Annie and me into after Dad's death. We speak on the phone from time to time, despite that being against the rules of her community. Since Annie and I turned our back on the sect, we're dead to them. I hate calling her, because I usually hang up feeling lonely. A call to Mom is like telephoning another planet. She's so disconnected from my world, and I have completely rejected hers. I try to keep an open mind as we drive. I don't want to think the worst of Annie, but it seems like her situation has gone from bad to worse over the past 2 years. I think of her every day, but in my thoughts, she has lived a much healthier life than the one I fear I'm about to see. It was the only way I'd been able to deal with throwing her out of my house 2 years ago. I imagined that she was working somewhere, maybe writing again. Maybe she has a nice little apartment, like the one she had in Chicago after she graduated. I pictured her dating and going out with friends and shopping.